What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American. A little sick today, but still here to react to a video about something crazy and inspiring that happened a while ago. And it says here that members of the United States and Canadian Coast Guard, as well as the Royal Canadian Air Force, all worked together to rescue 31 people from a Canadian fishing boat that was all the way 130 miles south of Nova Scotia. So I had no idea that this had ever happened. So I don't know any of the details about this, but I thought it'd be really cool to learn about this amazing rescue operation where Canada and the United States worked together to save a bunch of lives. So let's take a look.
I was laying in my bunk and I felt the whole boat shake 4 levels up.
This was something beyond what I could fathom.
60-knot winds, 30-foot seas.
I knew it was going to take everything that Canada and the United States Coast Guard had.
Oh my God! This is like a movie. They should make a movie about this. Or maybe the real thing is like good. Sometimes the real thing is better than some kind of cheap imitation. But I'm trying to say this is dramatic, especially for something like that I never even heard about.
ARC Search and Rescue, bonjour. We were alerted through our Coast Guard radio station that a vessel was on fire. Due to the weather and the circumstances behind their
Did he say on fire? He, I don't know if he has like an accent or something. It sounds like on fire. It's on fire. If somebody radioed that in and they're like, the boat's on fire, I'd be like, what? It's far from what? It's on fire. Is he saying that the boat is on fire? Because I'm not sure I heard that correctly.
Through our Coast Guard radio station, a vessel was on fire. Due to the weather and the circumstances behind their distress, we reached out to our SAR partners, including the U.S. Coast Guard.
There's a boat 130 miles out on fire? How on earth does that happen? I would be worried most about like a sea storm, like capsizing the boat or damaging part of the ship, or I don't know what. I'm not exactly sure what the problem is with the boat that required this whole operation to go into effect, but it already sounds pretty crazy if the boat is on fire for some reason.
They said it was taking on water approximately 200 miles or more off of Cape Cod. So we launched to go 200 miles offshore into the dark to assist.
Oh, it's 200. It's even worse than I thought. It's not 130 miles. It's like 200 miles away from shore. Look at this picture, for crying out loud. You are at the mercy of the elements, Big respect to anybody who does anything in the ocean, let alone these fishing vessels that are way out there so that we can enjoy our sushi or whatever back here. That's gonna take a while for them to get help as well. It's kind of like it's just so isolated and quite scary, especially at nights. It's like they're in a black hole, or I don't know. I guess I cannot overemphasize how crazy and scary this would be.
When you look down at the vessel in distress, the Atlantic Destiny, it was just out of control. It was just at the mercy of the wind and the waves.
It's not every day you get to see a large vessel like that being battered by a significant sea state. You could see it in their faces. They're starting to be concerned. Some of the older guys, they've been around. They know how many vessels get lost out here. And
What?
They've been around the block.
What do you mean? What? I didn't know that. I didn't know fishing was such a dangerous occupation. I guess depending on where and how you do it. Jeez. So the vessel is like on fire, rocking really violently in the water. The Canadian side of this has, received the distress calls by the sound of it and located the vessel, and they're assessing how horrible and dangerous the situation is. And they are notifying the American counterparts by the sound of it, just because of the severity and danger of the situation, I think.
Block. I kept thinking that I wanted to get home,
Oh, wow.
and knowing that there was people being lifted and going home.
What? So they actually have people who are on the ship that was like capsizing. His name is Tyler. This guy, this could have been me. This is me. In another Canadian universe, like, where I'm a crew member on this ship. I feel like I'm there.
Gave me hope that I would join them as well.
We were still trying to rescue people, and then my helicopter ended up having a major malfunction. I had to make the choice to leave my own crew members on that vessel and leave with who I had on board and try and make it back to shore.
Maybe they do need to make a movie about this or something. This is crazy. A little too much drama for something that happened in real life. And I don't quite know how the story ends, although I think 31 members of the crew are saved. I hope that's everybody, by the way. Yeah. I don't know. The idea that a helicopter was literally there saving people, like, it gives you this sense of hope, like, okay, I'm gonna live. And then the helicopter has issues, and you gotta see it fly away and stop rescuing people? Jeez. I can't imagine, like, the emotion of going through all this.
Helicopter's gone. Nothing I can do about that. This rescue still needs to happen, and I could see the Jayhawks starting to come in.
And we have to now divide and conquer with both 60s.
We moved in position. We jettisoned our mask rescue operations raft and deployed our pump to the vessel.
Oh. Is this helicopter like a U.S. helicopter? Is that what it is? Is that where we come into this? I think so. I think I understand, if I'm understanding correctly. Like the Canadian side of this, and the Canadian military and Coast Guard, and you guys were doing everything you could to save this fishing boat, and then the helicopter stopped working, and you're radioing in any Americans who can help, and then American helicopter comes in, and it's amazing. And it's just such a great example of what having a friendly, productive relationship between our two countries can do. It's literally saving lives.
Or to make room for all the survivors.
I could hear over all the noise and through my headset, all the guys in the back just cheering, like, as I'm pulling another person in.
No way. No way! They have video of this? Oh my god. They actually have video of this? That's crazy. So they're lowering down like a literal bucket or whatever it is out of a helicopter, and the crew has to climb in and get brought up to the helicopter while the boat is, like, swaying violently back and forth in the water, on fire. Pretty crazy stuff.
Hearing that, like, okay, we can get one more. We can get one more. So that's what we did.
Big respect to the people who do this. Like, you're certainly putting yourself in danger flying some helicopter out into a storm, trying to hover above some wildly violent ship in the middle of the ocean, like trying to get people on your helicopter. U.S. and Canadian crews rescued all 31 fishermen before the ship was lost to sea. The ship was actually lost to the sea. They weren't kidding. Like, if those fishermen weren't brought off the ship by the helicopter, they would have died. That's crazy.
We are honored to be with you today to talk about some extraordinary Coast Guard men and women that did extraordinary things.
Wow. So cool. So cool. It makes me proud too, you know, as an American, like seeing, you know, my fellow Americans like doing what they need to do. It is their job and responsibility, and you love to see it, and helping out Canadians as well and being a part of that. That's awesome.
It was teamwork at its finest. I mean, by every agency involved. Something went wrong at every step, and it was rectified, and we just kept going to the point where everyone made it back to shore.
This is so cool. This is so freaking cool. You got the American Coast Guard, the Canadian Coast Guard, communicating with the Canadian Royal Air Force, communicating with the American Coast Guard to get the other helicopter to get... I don't know, like, exactly all the details, but it's just amazing, like, what we can do and, like, how productive it can all be when we're all working together.
Step, and it was rectified, and we just kept going to the point where everyone made it back to shore.
Wow.
Everybody took their job seriously and made sure that we were all going to get home safe.
No
It
kidding.
makes everything worth it, being able to see a family reunited after a case like that.
No kidding. No kidding. So, like, this guy in particular, Canadian Tyler, like, being on that boat, like, pitch black, helicopters broken down, flying away. You don't know what the heck's you don't know what's happening. Like, yeah, like, and then he gets to see his family, and, like, oh, it's great. It's amazing. Man, this was a good video. Holy cow. That's really cool that they made like a cool, like, little short video out of this whole event. Because I loved learning about that. That was awesome. I had no idea that this had ever happened. It's just such a great example of Canada and the United States working together, which I think is especially important these days, you know, given all the political tensions between our two countries. I think it might be more important than ever to, like, just kind of sit back and enjoy examples like this that show, like, how amazing the relationship is between our two countries. That's another big reason I enjoyed this as well. So anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on this amazing rescue story here. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canadian things that I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.